Hi, Joy here, YoJoy to the world, ReSoulUtionary times, namaste. For anyone who might find me here, this is a response to my dear friend Barbara, her questions for me. As I've been expressing this work, The Simply Rich, A Cosmic Romance, and The Heart Body Compass now for some time, it's been abstract to people, and I understand that. But I'm just going to whittle away at the reasons why I'm doing this, and one day I believe it will reach a critical mass as far as the purpose of this work. So her first question was for me, what is my message? My message is that we all have the same hardware put to us by the Heavenly Father and the material earthly mama that we live between. In the last age that we're coming out of, the information was stolen from the main people, God's people, and was hoarded by a few. So it really is our access to magic, and my passion is about returning us to the magic, which is God's order that resides at the center of us, in our heartbeat, in our heart space. This is where our self begins. We were raised in a world where everything outside, the material outside, was more important than what starts within. But truly, as we step into a new order, everything begins at the heart and then it radiates out to the world. So my message is information and tools to help people focus, localize, defragment, and embody their first, best, and most personal information in the information age. So, using the heart body compass, everybody can localize, focus, and defragment their most glorious information. Why me was her question. I don't know. Why me? Why me is that my heart churns for a truth that was fragmented when I was born into this world in the 1960s. Being born in 1965 and just being just a wide-eyed, blinking little being into all the things that were happening at that time, I just took in a lot, and I am here carrying on the messages and the work that was going on in the 60s as the seeds that were planted then, and now there's something blooming. I call it joy. Joy to the return to the information that was whole versus the fragmented, disorienting information as given in the modern culture in the last 50 years. Who do I want to reach with this? I would like to reach everybody. Everybody who is in service to the order of where we all benefit versus where a few people benefit. So I would like to have the opportunity to share a heart body compass to everybody on the planet, just as a symbol and a tool of where we are already united. We are coming into the most amazing page turn in human history as we enter the 2020s. And we're all a part of this unfolding. So when we're able to put peace into our first information and organize our first information, I see that radiates peace to every situation that comes after. And when we do that in the first person, there's just this quantum sort of exponential peace that happens. So why me is because I've been making peace with this my whole life. And these are scientific, repeatable solutions that I have come to from years of study, meditation, practice, earnest behavior, singing and dancing and pondering and all kinds of things. Wherever I walk, I am in this sort of quandary of how did the world get to be so, and what would be next if we all could make it better. So why me is because I ponder this daily, and like I say, it wakes me up it dreams me all day, and then it dreams me all night as well. So why me? It's the best I could say. It turns me on. I'm turned on for like solutions to the modern age. And they're not just, given to us from outside. They come from our very heart. So that's what's come from mine. What would I like to do with this info? What would I like you to do with this info? I would like you to imagine and visualize and realize your first position in the God's world. Your first position starts at the heart. And then that's our first awareness that we are at the center of us. We're all framed from the universal information that stands above us and put us here, this quantum field that the earth is a part of, and we're a part of the earth. We're a part of the earth body, cosmic body. I would like people to then, just from below, frame their heartbeat with the material world and just resonate with the beauty of the natural world that comes all around us. This morning the tune was, I'm in the pocket of God. I'm in God's pocket. It's not fully developed, but in the spirit of being in the pocket of God and being in God's pocket, we are inside something absolutely beautiful. And the last age put us on the outside of it, that we're always looking out for God. And where is this happening actually? But really, it happens as an overlay over our physical being when our mind and body and spirit and emotion and all the bodies are standing together. So this is the work of the compass, and that's what I would love everyone to do, is just take a moment every day. It's like checking the pilot light, checking your gauges on your car. Check in with yourself, heart at the center, and then basically sealing your mind in the first information, establishing the first information by what is above your heart, what is below your heart, what is outgoing from your heart, what is incoming from your heart, what the ancestors hold behind your heart, and what you face in the future coming from your heart. So that's what I'd like everybody to do with this info, is to really ground and anchor their first information before we go sailing out into the misinformation age. There's a little note from Barbara from our conversation to be careful not to be too emotional. Now, emotion is a conduit. It is a conductor. It is the element of water within our nature. It is an ultimate conductor of energy. It's a wonderful way to transfer information. In the age we're coming out of, the emotional body and all of the sort of sensual powers were usurped by power structures that were in service to self versus service to all. So when this is happening, we are unconscious to the power we carry in our emotional nature, our physical nature, and we're overwhelmed in our mental nature, so that we just keep pondering for solutions mentally and overriding emotional wisdom. And so, yes, it's a lot to wield, the emotional nature, but it's critical that we come back into the passions of our human spirit and direct those towards creative and productive and proactive activities and engagements with our human community. Emotion is so saturating, and so we can convey our overwhelm and we can convey our passion for the blessings that are unfolding, and it's just about how we use these passions. If we notice in modern culture, all of the passion kind of goes through a Hollywood filter. We watch all of our emotions and get so many things from the screen, watching every variable of entertainment, and we live through these projected energies that are over there, and we get the feeling over here, but really it's happening over there. So there's this disconnect really in this virtual paradigm. It's a great tool, technology. At the same time, it can undermine the human spirit because it mimics the human spirit without giving it the full nourishment and essential saturation of what first time connection, of human connection, brings. You could not put a video of a mother holding a baby in a crib and have that baby survive. You must hold the baby, okay? You must rock the baby. You must put contact, skin to skin, heart to heart, to nourish and love and rear a child for its fullest well-being and potential. A computer couldn't do it, okay? No matter what sort of blah, blah, blah excitement people are going to project at us about this modern age, technology age, it couldn't rock a baby, okay? Just really. And that's really who we are for each other. What we're here for each other is that we are the arms we are to run into. And right now, the organizational forces have been trying to like divert us into virtual connections, and it's close, but there is no cigar in this way, okay? Ultimately. So this is where the heart body compass comes in, is that we learn how to sail our own destiny, steer our own karma, and it takes passion. It takes emotion. You have to conjure it up. We can't be flatliners here to like really make some heart as art, as culture, and really grow what's new and what's next. So it's going to take like woof, like it's going to take some emotion to get the job done. And that we learn not to be triggered when we feel someone's intensity. We can handle it. Just hold space. Give a little dignity. Hold a little space for somebody who's feeling something. And just imagine if you were watching it on TV, you wouldn't be threatened. You'd just be entertained, right? So it's time that we like start to like remove the screen and the virtualness between us and feel the intensities that we're all carrying right now. It's a gift to each other, okay? So no more like, look at, if you're using your emotion, then it's not valid. You've pushed my buttons. I have to move away from you. No, this is life as theater, okay? This is about that you can act out your thing, and that there are people that are strong enough with enough grit and resolve and understanding what's unfolding here that they're not going to be undone by your passion. Okay, it's going to be a service that we learn how to like turn up our passion and turn up our feeling nature around each other. I sit here with Bob Marley behind me because he really is one of my spirit guides. He was all about the weed growing up through the cracks of the structure of bondage, and he sang for it, and he is somebody that is in my heart, and I really think of when I need a little like, a passionate, spark to be reminded that it's okay to act out and make a sound, wiggle it and share it in any which way it comes out. If it was on the stage and then we call it theater, and you had like the difference between the stage and the audience, that little something allows people to like process what's happening on the stage. Just imagine we're all on a stage and we're all here to act something out, and that we can hold an audience for each other. So, how to exchange this? I don't really know. Like, this equates to your natal chart. We can totally map you in the heart body compass as an orbit and spherical consciousness around your first information. Like, we all are set in the middle of a clock. Our heartbeat holds the hands of the clock that is rotating in all the information that is orbiting us in a lifetime. And we can really play and dance with that meditatively and in our holographic awareness that we collect on the inside of our bubble and awareness as a screen that we would, the screens are all mimicking our mind's eye and how we visualize and create in the world. And right now, the momentum of culture is creating for most people by occupying the screen that they see most, which is the outer screen. I called it, we're in this time of the I am presence. I am. And then we have the I cam, or the I scam, or the I scan. I am happens here. And then whatever's collected out there is fine. But don't be confused. The I can is the I am, because it's not. The I am comes first, and that's what we see in our own mind's eye before we open them and take in the world. So that's my intention for this. This is my first and soft response to Barbara's questions, and I thank her for them. And I realize this may continue to seem abstract for, I don't know, but it's not. It's very, very practical, very, very scientific. If you take a moment each day to go into your first information, there's much more layers of phyllo dough inside, but just the quadrants of the compass just anchor the outer shell to master your own bubble and sail safely through the seasons and storms and weather in your own vessel, in your own enterprise. So I will continue to share. This is very exciting times, and thank you for joining me here. Thank you for finding me here. Namaste. Blessed be. Hallelujah. Ciao for now.